Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we are going to do a character guide on Leila. Leila is an extremely powerful character. I think she is probably the best LD of the month, so if you're looking for a character to pick up this month, I do recommend picking up Leila. She's very good. So what we'll do in this video is we'll first go over her artifacts, her spheres, and then we'll jump into some gameplay and kind of explain her kit there. So for her artifacts, it's pretty basic. You just want to go attack 108 and then her C50 passive 2-star. So attack 108, endless voyage up 2-star. So that's going to give max brave and attack by 5% plus the attack 108. So you want 3 of those. If you can't get all those exactly, then max brave 330 is like your next one you want to go to. And then for her spheres. So Leila is an evasion character. So there are actually some very good unique spheres you can get away with her. So for the A sphere, I do think there are some definite ones that are really good for her, mainly because she has evasion and she evades a lot. It's very, very cool how this character works. So I think Cater or 8 are really good A spheres. So I have Caters on, which increases her int brave and attack by 10% for 3 turns after evading. 8's, I believe, is just attack. Let me double check 8's here really quick. 8 sphere is down here, way at the end. And there's only a few A spheres in this game, quite a bit. Let me see. I think I have a refined version. Yeah, right here. So yeah, it's just attack. So if you have the full, 20% attack for 3 turns. So if you have a like a full 8 sphere, that's a really strong attack buff. So I think Cater or 8 are really good there. On the B sphere, once again, there are some other good evasion ones. So I think Galuf and Snow are probably 2 of the best ones you can put on here. So Galuf says when you're evading, raise his own attack by 10% for 6 turns. Snow's is really good too, because Snow's, I think, is an attack buff. Well, let me double check. It's an attack buff, I believe, while the enemy's targeting you. Yeah. So it's also an attack buff, but it's just when enemies are targeting you. The thing with Leila is she has an aura that just always has the enemies lock onto her. It's pretty busted, actually. So any single target attacks are always going to go to Leila. So you would like always have the Snow buff on. So I just happen to have an extra Galuf B sphere, so that's why I went with that one. I think either one's fine. And then like for the C sphere, like Maria and Lude are pretty good ones. You could go with Garnet as well if you just want to like boost her own attack. I decided to go with Maria because Leila also does healing in her kit. So raising the party's int brave and attack by 5% for 3 turns. So if you want to go with like more party buffing, you'd go with like Maria or Lude. Garnet is more like if you want to buff herself. Once again, any C sphere that has to do with anything that she's doing in terms of healing or buffing, things like that, right? So those are going to be my recommended spheres. So let's go ahead and hop into a little showcase here. I would go into her own Lufenia Plus, but I actually haven't unlocked it yet. So we're just going to hop into Edgar's again. Edgar's has been a pretty good one because the orb isn't lethal. I'm kind of just free to do what I want to do. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll just hop in here. Yes, let's... Oh, yeah, I mean, I could actually get... I don't know if I'm actually going to take this thing to completion, but like if I do, sure, I could get my Ultima Core from this, right? Because I haven't done any Lufenias with Leila yet. We'll see, though. All right. So Leila, she's going to start with her EX up, and that's usually what you want to use first. The EX is basically going to put... so she does a lot of thunder damage in her kit. So this is going to do thunder resist down. So that's usually why you want to open with this. And she starts with all of her other buffs anyways. So you want to start with this. Okay. And then we'll let Garnet go here and do her thing. I apologize if there's like some coughing and sniffling. I've been really sick this week, but I feel good enough today to do some videos. So trying to get them out. Just apologize for any of those little background noises you're hearing here. All right. So when we look at her kit, she has a very fast charging EX. So she's going to be using that a lot. She's going to be locking down the targets. And I believe that's with her overhead buff. Which basically just keeps them locked onto her, which is really awesome. And then she has 100% evasion also, which is really, really crazy. All right, so we'll let Aiko go here really quick. We'll let Aiko just do... Sure, we'll do this. Well, actually, I should have let the enemies take a turn. That's fine. We'll let them take a turn on the next one. To see, because we do want to see Leila's evading, right? Which is very, very cool. All right, so we'll just put Rebirth Flame on here. Leila is she's very hard to die also because she has that evasion. She has Last Stand. Like she has so many ways to survive that she makes the game very easy to play, basically. She's a very, very nice character to have, especially for a newer player, because she's healing, she's protecting the party. She's actually got like some Brave and HP up in her kit as well, which is really, really good, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and throw her. We'll throw her LD on next. So let's go ahead and do the LD here. So this is going to give her a buff, and it raises the party's Brave and HP damage dealt, which is really good. And then it allows her to counter. So you see that? We just dodged, and then this is her counter. So anytime the enemies do anything, she's going to dodge it, she's going to counter it. And then when she countered there, she did a battery and a heal to the party, and then it just jumps her turn up to the front, which is really, really good. So she's actually got a bit of turn manipulation, which can be really helpful, right? Which is really, really, really awesome. And these are free turns now that don't count towards the turn count, right? So now look at this. Lightning turn is up again already, so let's put that on. And her EX actually hits decently hard. It'll be like, what, 400 plus K to one enemy? Oh no, 584. Wow. I guess I forgot we have Garnet in the party now, so we're doing way better damage. Yeah, so she did really nice damage there. Not to mention I could put like a crazy Ultima weapon on her if I want to, but I'm not going to for now. So sure, let's go ahead and do this. And so then we'll just show her 15 and her 35. Once we get another turn up with her. But basically her 15 CP, that's the Thunder, oh gosh, what is it? Thunder 16, I think it's called? Yeah, it's Thunder 16. Hold on, let me just do this with Garnet. It's an AoE Brave Shave, and it just gives her one of her buffs. So you just want to upkeep her buffs. So, and look at this. She's going to counter. She's going to get a turn again. She healed, batteried. Like, so good. And this is kind of busted with Garnet, because Garnet's getting her follow-ups, like, all the time, too. So this is pretty crazy, right? So, sure, let's do Thunder 16. And like I said, this is a good AoE, like, Brave Shave attack. And then it's just going to upkeep some of her buffs. So look at that, 400k AoE, which is really good. So, basically what you do with Leila is you just keep her buffs up, and you just let her dodge and do her things. So you just spread your attacks out, keep her buffs. So now you see her overhead's almost gone. So we do want to get that refreshed here. And we're going to do that with the 35. Now the orb's about to tick here, but she should dodge counter it. Yeah, she's going to dodge counter this. And then look, her turn's going to jump up to the front. And then this countdown's going to go, and she's going to dodge counter again. And look at that. The party's just healing right back up. Like, the orb just means nothing to her, which is pretty crazy. So next we're going to use the Provocator's Edge. So this is her 35 CP attack. It's going to give her her overhead buff. So basically it increases her stats and her HP damage. And then it gives her 100% evasion. And it also reduces party HP damage taken, which is really, really good. And so this is like an aura taunt. So this is what makes her always, like, she's almost too busted. Like, how do they just make, this is like Tech Caulifla from Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. It's like you just have 100% dodge. So let's go ahead and put that on. This is why she is a very highly recommended character for this month. She's just a great tool to have in your kit. She's going to be really great for like Dimensions End, for like a lot of this content where you just need like large rosters of characters. So even if you're like a veteran like me that has a ton of characters, like getting a character like Leila is just a really good person to have on your roster. So I went all in. I blued her armor. I did all of that, right? But that's basically her kit in a nutshell. So it's kind of nice too. She's like a good character to use like when you actually want the enemies to take turns. Because like I said, and you can see the enemies are locked onto her. You see they're always targeting her. If they're not doing all attacks, they're just targeting her. So let's actually like let the enemies attack her a little bit. So I'm just going to like kind of just do some little attacks here with Garnet and Aiko. We'll let them take some turns and we'll just see Leila like go to town. Yeah, I'm very glad I picked her up. She's very, very fun. All right. So, yep, this will just dodge out. So you need to make sure, guys, when you're doing your summon board passives, like Rama and Shiva have evasion, don't put those on her because she's got 100% evasion. You don't need those. So pick up something else, even if it's like a defensive one. And now it's like, okay, now I've got the EX up. Sure, let's do the EX. Then it's like, oh, it's been a while since I've done my LD, so maybe next time I'll just refresh the LD. But that's basically it. That's Leila in a nutshell. She's going to dodge. She's going to tank. She's going to keep her party alive. She's got decent auras. She's giving you brave and HP damage up. Like, she's a fantastic character. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of Leila. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all in the next one.